everybody, and welcome to another episode of Charismatic Mystery. Tonight we're playing the module Curses Rod, but it's changed, transformed, and we're playing in the system and the setting of Frostmark RPG, everything created by moi. There's a content warning for tonight of bad language, heavy topics, gothic horror, and perhaps some gore, we shall see. But with me I have a wonderful cast of players. I usually have Illyria, our half-elven magus, but sadly Illyria is feeling down today and will be a little bit more quiet, than normal, as she is NPC'd by the rest of us. But then we have Hamartia, the hag's daughter, our Jeju warlock, played by Cookie. Hello, welcome.
Hello. So, if we kill a house, we kill a child. That's not very good.
Nix of the Vistani, our tiefling bard, played by Adriano. Hello, welcome.
Hello. Not much to say now.
And then we have Jivkos, our undead minotaur paladin, played
Let's
by
go!
Weewu. Hello, welcome.
Killing hags? Yes. Children? No.
Those are good words to live by. What happened last time, gang?
I shall tell you exactly what happened last time.
Ooh, get a cookie.
Well then, Bexxy, after a quick inquiry into Jivkar's ability to feel pain, we take a stock of our surroundings. For now, the backyard has little interest for us. It seems like there's a weird-ass fucking frog and not much else. So we reapply ourselves to Operation Kill the fucking Peaches Witches, and we go on and enter the crag, not the crag, shit, the hag's mansion.
Drag!
In order to finally take revenge for Kerbin and the years of suffering that Amartia had to go through. So we go and enter the first room, which is in the southwestern wing of the mansion, which is basically this large arboreum. Well, we first need to enter the door, and as you know, in tabletop role-playing games, doors are a bitch. So we try to go ahead and pick the lock, but we fail miserably, and then James goes like, yeah, I'm big, strong cowman, I'm dead, and he just, pow! Burst through the door. Move, let's go. And, I was planning to making it serious, shit. Right. So we find this arboreum with a bunch of creepy, strange plants. And we find the girl, whose name is Zvonimira. Zvonimira. Yeah, I hate Slavic names. But I have a problem with Slavic people. That's the name.
It's okay.
Too many syllables.
Okay.
Anyway, the GM forgets again what Illyria, the god, the invisible. By the way, guys, Illyria is invisible. We might need a reminder on that here and there, but she's invisible. And we learn from the Shards, Vilmirasha, that she is seemed to be quite on good terms with the squaws. They promised to teach her magic, and she doesn't really want us here, even if when she gets in trouble, she gets into big trouble. Hamartia does try to convince her that her family is horrible, terrible, horrible people, but Zvonimira, my apologies, seems quite blind to the fact, seems a bit too hopeful, a bit too desperate perhaps, and basically tells them to fuck off. She does warn them that that if they hurt the house, they hurt her, which is a weird thing to say, but we kind of didn't pay too much mind to that. And we're like, maybe it's metaphorical, that won't come to bite us in the ass later. Anyway, we carefully navigate the room, some of us more carefully than others, and we're searching for Jivkar's belonging, specifically his big-ass fucking weapon, so he can wreck some shit. Leah fails at not touching anything and gets dusted by some pink spores, which make her very horny for a very, very insane dwarf named Arius Stormlight, which is a very great guy. Jivkos heads into the storage room and bam! He gets ambushed by a little child with a magic missile crossbow. And then, well, Jivkos is a big ass fucking minotaur undead, so the magic missile doesn't do a lot of shit. And the kid breaks down crying. And Jivkos just picks him up and tries to find his belongings, and he doesn't find it. We find Nyx, who is threatening to kill a child, and the child shut the fucks up because Nyx is done playing around. He's done, playing games. He's here to kill hags, and he doesn't give a shit who he needs to kill to get to the hags. So he basically scares the child to death, which is great. Good job, Nyx. Jivkos does not approve of that because Jivkos seems to be a good guy. Not that Nyx is not, it's just a little bit pissed off. And we discovered that we cannot make the child leave the room. It seems to be bound to the room. If we try to toss the child over, we get hit by an invisible wall, video game style, and it's not really fun. Next up, we go to the kitchen where we meet two orphans. Amartya changes to Bella, her bitch-ass sister, and tries to play the part, be like, oh yes, you're all shit, and I'm the best because I'm Bella Sunbed. You can kiss my ass. And we get offered mini pies, which, if you don't know, then these pies are made out of children. So we don't really want to bite right now. Woo. And we learn that the girl who is baking said pie, who is probably unaware of the nature of her ingredients, was offered a potential apprenticeship under Lord Pascal, who is a great guy, but has a history of also using questionable ingredients of the human livery kind. Nyx performs another intimidation stunt to try and stop the baking girl to make the pies. And they have a little bit of a back and forth with Hamartia, because Hamartia doesn't want to blow the cover, but Nyx is super mega pissed and he doesn't give a shit anymore. He just wants to fuck shit up, and he is tired of playing games, as we said.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Hamartia panics, rushes out of the room because playing your abuser for several years, which has the ability to literally torture you in your dreams, is not an easy thing to do. And she stumbles upon a tripwire. Fortunately enough, the tripwire was not meant for her, but instead poor Jivkos, who falls down a little pit of spikes, classic Mortal Kombat style. But of course, Jivkos is a fucking beast. I can shoot an RPG at Jivkos and he'll be fine. He'll just dust it off. So he was fine.
Please don't. Please don't.
I would death that. So we find some rope, we climb out. I'm out. My apologies. My tongue is being a bit funny today. And we do a little bit of platforming, and we manage to toss some people. Some people manage to toss themselves, but eventually we get across. Jivkos attempts to do the SWAT thing again to the prison door, but he couldn't really do it. So our friend Arius used the power of magic to cast the spell Knock, which knocks it the fuck over. Inside we find Minivoy, who is a great guy, and he seems to be not well at all. This very optimistic young man now seems like a sad snail. And
What?
Okay. Uh-huh.
And he explained he was taken by the hags on his way to Valakia with Asphoda. Hamartia tries to motivate him into action, but it seems like he is very scarred, very damaged. And he basically bolts out of there without too much fanfare, without too much heroics, and leaves. Well, that was a bit shit, but we are feeling like, they're playing with us. We don't really like it. We want to fuck shit up. So we go and find another male orphan, but we go through another door and we head back to the very first room that we've been in, the Arboretum. And once we go there, Hamatia commands her termites that she summons to fuck shit up. And as she fucks shit up, the little girl, Vonimir, seems to cry out in pain and cough blood. So it seems like it was not metaphorical, but an actual fucking thing. And we're like, oh shit! And that's where we left off.
Yay! Traumatizing children.
Yay! Perfect. Thank you so much for that rendition.
Of course, I'm always here to give accurate descriptions only.
Yeah, when it comes to cookie renditions, that one was pretty faithful.
Yeah, surprisingly close to material.
Yeah, this time around, that was okay.
Why you wanted to do with cookie?
Oh,
I'll take the compliment.
good. You should. All right, let's get back into it, shall we?
Ooh.
Here we go. Frustration irradiates. It bounces between you, magnifying as you take stock of your current predicament. Boreas fucking damn it. From traveling in the storm by foot to the nightmares, not having a full night's rest, being ambushed not once but fucking twice on the road, drained and thrown into the mud, having your minds messed with as you stepped into the strange autumn woods, dealing with the mental toll of all the nasty memories and signs of the squall's cruelty as you navigated through the first couple of rooms, getting thrown into a spike trap, shot by a small kid, charmed by a strange plant, and now fucking this. Your original plan on unleashing all of this hurt, anger, and exhaustion onto the witches themselves, and finding satisfaction of fucking their things up, even that you cannot do. Svonimira coughs haggardly from underneath the workbench as she tries to swipe away some of the blood she coughed up in her hands, sniffling as she does so. And a pressure starts to build up behind your eyes. A dull headache rumbles through your mind like a heartbeat. Shoulders droop. What now? Are you starting to entertain ideas of hurting these children to get what you want? What else can you do? What is safe? Safe for you? What is even Morgantha's plan in all of this? Yivkos looks back from Svonimira and his cursory diagnosis of her medical state to all of you again with clear dissatisfaction on his face. One thing is clear. He obviously cares about his children, and this newfound ally of yours would probably take it poorly to where your frustrated minds are starting to travel towards. All the while, the dust motes dance in the air inside of the arboretum, of the conservatory, of the garden room, and all of these strange plants and clutter on the workbench does wake a tiny spark of curiosity within you, despite everything that is going on. So, Teen Trauma, what do you want to do?
I firstly wish to ask, what was I actually able to ascertain using the medicine check? Hit point wise.
Oh. Um. Right, you rolled a 10.
Mm-hmm.
You did not see any exterior wounds, and whatever this is, it is coming from within, and she looks pale, but not on the verge of dying. With a 10, that is what you can ascertain.
All right. I think for now, then, he will stand up from his kneeling position and etch his way back over to the people without fucking over the plants.
Make me a quick dexterity saving throw.
Fuck's sake.
Also, detect aspect. The spell has ended. 20 minutes left on invisibility on Illyria.
And 20 minutes on my Battlemaps as well, I believe.
Yeah, no problem, Chicos.
Okay, sweet. That's one plan out of the window.
Seems to me there is some sort of magical entity working against us that we are unaware about here.
Do you think a magical entity is responsible for this?
Or some sort of magic shenanigans and shittery.
Those hags have put some form of enchantment or curse on the children. It is apparent on their necks, I think.
I
I'm
wonder.
not that surprised. Says the air.
Well then, if there is an enchantment, there is a way to break it. Obviously. Question is, what is the enchantment and where? We could get information, perhaps.
It is, I think, tied to the sigils on the doorways. As it is also, I think, the thing that prevents them from going through.
I am unaware of such magical powers that bind someone to an area. But I am not that well versed in the different curses available as a hag. I don't know about you, Hamatir, or even Irius, if you have any such expertise in the matters here. But something is for sure is that our original intention of luring your sisters away from wherever they are doesn't seem to be, at this moment in time, a possibility. So, Hamatir, you're going to have to think on your feet. What do we do now if we cannot figure this out?
We figure this out, obviously.
What?
Irius, anything you can do here?
Well, as I said before, this is not really my forte. But we have experienced strange magic in this place. My magnificent mansion was very much different from what it used to be. I am wholly uncertain of what else this strange place can do to change normal spells if you, well, fall deep enough into a hole to find out. One thing I know is for certain. If this is a spell cast by these coven of hags, they are capable of ending it. Or know how to end it.
Do you know...
Be some kind of form of concentration, perhaps if we're lucky. If not, their death should definitely dispel this.
As long as their deaths do not make the children fall as well.
Facing all of them together would be a dangerous task. That's why I wish to separate them in the first place.
I agree. I do not trust our ability to take on 3 at once.
It seems more like you're giving up. I mean, if you don't know exactly what's going on, we have to see if we can figure something out. But
Right, we can scour the rooms and see if we find something that may help us.
I have my doubts.
You
And
said
with
something about an alchemy room before.
Yes. My sisters are not perfect. They thought of many fail-safes and I'll give them that, but they're not perfect, and we shouldn't treat them as they're perfect. They have a weak spot, we just have to find it.
Yes. Lyria does this sound, and then she says, "She didn't taunt us to go into the house to find her, did she not?"
She tried to goad us into entering through the front door, and we felt, well, mysterious voice, yay. But, don't know what we can do here. I'm uncertain that we should be prodding around a room which has some crazy spores that seem to be dusting into the air. If we cannot do anything here, we should figure out somewhere else.
Right, we can have two other entrances that we know are safe. The first one being from the kitchen, where we found where Savoie went away from. And the other one would be back from where we came from. From there, there are three... wait, not three. Ah, shit. No! There are several places we can go to. We can go to the Alchemy room, we can go to my room. There are several other rooms over in the East Wing. So, if we don't have a direction, maybe we should just go door to door, see what we can find, and hopefully we'll stumble upon a blessing in this cursed place.
That is not the plan, Hermatia. This is your home. We are meant to have the advantage here. We are
We...
losing it.
They changed the keys, they changed everything here. I am...
Think about it. What would be the next place that we could potentially go to that could still give us an advantage?
Give me a quick think.
Any other areas your siblings might lurk around?
I am trying to think about it.
Maybe their bedrooms, somehow they keep something there. I don't know.
Right, bedrooms. The entire bed area, the entire living area is upstairs, not here. I can try and go scour the bedrooms, maybe we'll find something. There is the alchemy room, maybe we'll find cool potions there if we're able. There is also...
I watched often from afar Joseph brewing potions and Aurora aiding him in finding ingredients. This looks to me to... I mean, and he like nods towards all the plants in front of you. They look magical enough. And perhaps there are some ingredients or potions we could find in the alchemy room. I know how helpful they can be.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It'll be a start.
Oh, then follow me, please. And be careful.
Try our best.
Damn it.
I'm gonna go slowly. I don't know if that makes any difference with the plants, but make sure, like, stay a close distance away from the plants as possible.
Amatia is going to give one last glance to the child, and she is murmuring, like almost whisper to herself, "Stupid fucking child."
Swanamira is just basically hugging herself, like pulling herself into the farthest corner.
Amatia will check the drawer for traps.
Oh, okay. Make me an investigation check.
Investigation! Investigation what?
Cunning. If I do not say anything else about investigation. But yes, if you hug basically the side of the wall, I will allow you not to. Roll that
I
exterior.
love the wall. I will hug it.
Just give it a nice
Go
tree
hug
hug,
a
yeah.
tree. Yeah. But now,
12.
When Illyria steps into the room and she is not charmed, and distracted by a certain dwarf, can you have me, Illyria, roll? Have me, Illyria, roll. Let's just make it a perception composure. Hamartia, you take your time. Try to search for hidden Coptic runes and mechanisms to see if you find any evidence for any traps. And
Perception composure?
yeah, perception composure. And
Whoa.
whoa.
Oof.
And you find no evidence of any traps. Illyria puts a hand on her sun sword with confusion, and then whispers over to Nyx. Do you hear that?
Nyx listens.
Make me another perception intelligence on your time here.
On which character?
On for you, Nyx. The
Okay,
DV will be different though.
Perception intelligence?
Yeah.
Oh.
No. What is she talking about?
Just the sound of my own breathing. Slight gurgling in my stomach. It's been a while since we've eaten. Why? What do you hear?
I think a heartbeat.
Your own? Or someone else's?
Not mine. And the sword is... How to explain? It's excited. It's... And
Your sword is excited. You just have to say that.
you can hear Illyria's soft footfalls gently skirting around the big trumpet mushroom to stand before that very jagged red crystal formation in the middle. And as she steps up to it, all of you in the room can hear a soft heartbeat, and there's like a glow from within in like orange hues that kind of flashes in rhythm with the sound.
Where is it again?
In the middle.
In the middle.
What is going on?
Our so-called god, we call Illyria. Okay, it was a ruse, of course. It was a joke, a game. We weren't exactly sure who you were and made sure that you were an ally, and Illyria is our companion. She's from outside the mist, and she holds a very rare artifact we discovered that seems to be in tune with that thing over there. Illyria, perhaps you
Quite a
take
bit,
the sword
alright.
out.
What about the crystal? This heartbeat.
Maybe our resident magician can tell us something about it.
I've never seen anything like it. I mean, sure, give me a moment. And he like walks over and goes, Let me, I'm gonna have him roll. Both, since Illyria is there as well, and she can't see.
Is
but
invisible.
she's drawing this one to get more of a contact with the sword. Let's do a perception intelligence.
That's your glowy sword to the rock.
Let's do a perception intelligence for both of them as they just walk up and look.
Perception intelligence for Illyria.
Well, you're not really sure what's happening with Lyra, but she doesn't say anything. Irius, on the other hand, goes, well, on a cursory glance, it's, is it really a crystalline structure? It looks, a bit soft, I guess, when you're up close. Like, he's basically shoving his face very close to it and, like, looking at the surface and like, scratching his beard. It's like it's moving. Like, ripples across the surface. There's certainly a crystalline structure within, but it's not moving as a crystal. Martia and Nyx, can you make me a pure intelligence check?
Pure intelligence. To see how purely intelligent I am.
Natural 20!
Whoa! What the fuck?
Martia, you're a little bit distracted, and especially a bit like Swan and Mira in the corner, and you're like thinking about all of the consequences, like,
Yeah,
Nyx.
Nyx is totally, familiar with touching tips to things.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. No, as Irius gives this description, a very vivid picture appears in your head of the area just underneath the apartments that were gifted to Illyria by Strahd in Castle Ravenloft.
Oh shit.
Do you remember what?
Yeah, the chained entity in the tower.
Yes, that looked like it was made out of crystal, but it moved like it was a biological entity. That had a
Do I
heartbeat.
remember? Yeah, it gave off an aura, right? It gave off like a protective aura. Or something like that. I think we checked it out before.
Did you?
As
Yeah.
we were going up the tower, we did a
Let's
a
go to the
heckin'
session
check.
summaries. Should be written in here, right?
100 episodes ago.
This is why we have session summaries. Very important.
Okay.
Let's see.
Meanwhile, in Dragon Ball Z,
Fucking hell.
Nyx cast detect magic. Yeah, right. You were casting detect magic in the room on the service, on the customer
Yeah,
service
yeah.
book.
yeah. And then it
Yes.
came up.
Yes, and you felt a massive, basically abjuration, protective magic aura just underneath the room. Yes,
We did the thing.
you did the thing.
Hell
the
yeah.
room service book.
Yeah, it was collateral damage.
Where you ask for hearts, for hope. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. To paint and stuff.
So we're out of hope.
Liquid burn. Liquid
We
burn.
got hope at home.
Uh,
Nyx looks at it and says, "Wait a second. I remember something that looked like that before. Although it wasn't here. And it was far, far bigger. It was an entity that was in Castle Ravenloft, chained within the tower. It was like there was a creature inside of it. Do you remember?
How could I not connect the dots immediately? Of course, yes, it looks exactly like it.
That itself gave off its own protective aura, like it was some sort of of the castle? At that size, the aura just went out for beyond what I could detect, but I think I should... Irius, you do it too. Let us both detect magic here.
I mean, I think you're very talented, Nix. I think I trust you to do it on your own.
Of course. And Nick sort of like leans up against the door, flips open his book from his hip, and flips the pages to like the inscription of like what he did with detect magic, and the text lights up as he reads it, and he casts ritually detect magic.
Damn. Okay. And Irius mutters to himself, so only Lyra can hear, and I can only do it once per day, so that's good. All right, so it's gonna be 10 minutes here for Nyx. Jukos and Marty, anything you wanna do?
Mattia is going to lean on the door and tap her feet patiently.
I think the door's on the floor.
Right, so she's going to lean on the archway, or like where the door,
Well,
like the passage where the door was.
it's a little bit battered. It's basically like holding on to one of its hinges, but it's not dead on the ground. It was just sadly the magical protection took some of the hit. Okay, and Illyria will also wait patiently. But after a moment or two, she adds, guys, the sword is not really good at, it doesn't really talk, but I've said before, it somehow sometimes gives me feelings.
What do you feel, Leia?
Excited and aggressive.
Oh, good. I'm also feeling excited and aggressive. Next, do you feel excited and aggressive?
I'm reading.
Yeah, shh, don't disturb him.
Read excitingly and aggressively, Nix.
Nick grips his book as he reads aggressively.
Alright. You wait around for basically 8 minutes more. The third eye opens and Nyx can see magical auras around. And as you focus that inner gaze onto the crystal structure there in the middle, a very similar, but less like large or potent aberration aura surrounds the shard.
There's no doubt about it. This is some sort of sprout or offshoot or, I don't know, offspring of the creature in the gem, in the crystalline gem that was in Castle Ravenloft. That did not sit well with me. It is
Abjuration?
abjuration magic, but the entity within it seems an aberration.
So it's a bad thing. We can kill the bad thing. Let's start there.
Can we kill the bad thing without killing the child, though, Hamatir?
I think we're looking for a source of a binding magic, and we...
Illyria, would you be so kind as to attempt to impale that thing slowly? A child
Sure
can only
will not
take
harm
so
a
much.
child.
Wait,
A child can take a little impaling.
I got pricked all of the time when I was a child, and you don't hear me crying about it.
She of course does not look impressed.
I'm not so certain about this. But this sword seems to want to attack it. That's for sure.
Well, the sword does not like Strahd, so that's probably why.
Yeah, maybe that's the connection.
Here's my theory. My hypothesis. More like. Mother Dearest is scared shitless because she knows we're coming for her. She makes a deal with Strad. Hey, Strad, please give me this magical entity to help enhance the protections of my home. And in exchange, you'll get, I don't know, a massage? I have no idea about it. But if we're looking for an abjuration sort of spell holder, this seems like it. This seems like the thing we're looking for. And I think it's worth a shot. Personally.
Comes down to it, Jiv, because I'll just raise the child from the dead.
That is
Not what I want.
something pleasant. I do not wish that upon it.
Perhaps we should start a little bit slowly. And Irias brings up a. What will you bring up? His ink pen. And he will, like, very, very cautiously like press the tip of his ink pen on the surface, which kind of like ripples as he does so. There's like another spark of orange light, and almost like the heartbeat quickened for a moment, and Irias adds a little bit of weight behind it and like tries to scratch it, and the ink pen just moves over the surface without scratching it at all. There's no reaction of Svenevira underneath the workbench, and Irias thinks to himself, he kind of like quickly jabs his ink pen into the crystalline structure, and his ink pen breaks.
Does Svenevira react?
No. And Irias cries a little bit to himself.
Oh, wait, get you a new pen. I need this all over.
I will be thankful for that.
Thank you for your noble sacrifice.
Yes, it's sad, isn't it?
Right, we're doing this or what? I'm tired.
It-
And
I-
she
I
is going to
don't-
pull the knife. Ilya, if you don't do this, I'll fucking do it. Watch me!
Are you gonna pull your dagger of sacrifice?
I am pulling my dagger off. The dagger off. Sacrifice is not the one that we found, right?
The mysterious dagger is the
You
one
wanna
that we
do the
found.
mysterious dagger?
No, the dagger of sacrifice. The one-
Ah, yeah.
Oh.
The mysterious dagger is the one you haven't identified, and then the dagger of sacrifice you have. Okay.
Yes,
Alright.
it's the one that can identify shit, if I remember correctly.
Alright, Illyria kind of like stumbles out of the way as you like charge forward. You have this underhand kind of grip on the dagger. You go, ah! You like try to stab down on it, I guess.
She'll take a little bit of a deep breath and say, if someone gets hurt by this, it's preferable that it would be me. Right. Show me what you have, you big fucking crystal! And she'll stab it ferociously.
Cling clang, cling clang. Your dagger is not making any
Wind blast!
scratches.
Wind blast.
Wind blast!
Kabam! Wind goes through. It basically ricochets off the crystal and kind of blows up in your face, and your hair just goes straight backwards for a moment. And nothing happens.
I think we're going to need something a little bit more legendary.
Fine, use the stupid sword. And Tiamat will take a few begrudging steps back.
Thank you. Okay, I'm stepping forward. I'm having the sword in my hand. And before your eyes is there's like nothing, there's no chisel here, yet you see the marks of basically a like a hole between like into the crystal itself, and it seems remarkably easy for the sword to do this. And sadly though, at the same time, Svunimira cries out in pain again and starts coughing up blood.
Stop!
Illyria immediately stops, but she tosses on the ground like a little shard of it in between Jivkos and Amartya. Like a 10 centimeter kind of tall, just 1 or 2 centimeters wide.
We will proceed with this no further.
I concur, Jivkos.
I'm sorry, little one. I'm sorry.
If this is the source of the enchantment, I wonder if we just pick it up and carry it out. Would it be as simple as that?
I have no idea, but we will not do it in a way that harms them further.
I don't know how you pick things up, but I don't generally crush things as I do.
Unsure whether we may even take it past the thresholds, like the children. I can try and pick it up. By the way, is Illyria still invisible?
Yeah, there's 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
Attacks technically break invisibility.
Oh yeah, true.
Yes.
So like the lightsaber would have just like pierced through the veil of invisibility and
Yeah.
As Illyria actually becomes visible, I'm assuming Jivkos can see the sword. His
Yeah.
eyes will just like visibly widen at the sight.
Oh, actually, also make me an intelligence check.
Ah, shit. I have plus
Yeah,
0.
right, I forgot about this. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Oh god, yes.
12.
12. You know her. You've seen her before. But from where? But that sword, unmistakable.
How did you get that?
What? Get
Where did you get it?
this. She looks to Nyx.
we found it in my, let's say, parental home.
How was it there?
That we do not know. But it is ours and belongs to Illyria now.
It is not. It belongs to Vladimir.
Vladimir who?
Isn't Vladimir that guy we met on the throne in Agamotond?
It belongs to Vladimir Hornguard of my order. Sorry, my mic cut out.
Oh, Hornguard. Wait, isn't he like the captain of your order?
Yes,
Oh, it's his?
it belonged to him.
Well, what the fuck was it doing when we found it?
No. It doesn't belong to him any longer. It belongs to Illyria now, and it will stay with her. You try
Of
and take it
course.
from her, Jivkos. We will have words.
Oh, I don't...
Tell me, why does it belong to her?
Okay, Jivkos, do you know what this sword did this entire time? Honga was there sitting and brooding and basically not doing anything with his life. It
You
does.
wish to blame my order for the curse that was laid upon us?
No, I wish for you to understand that a weapon of such magnificence and such power should be used in order to help, to protect, not to sit around and gather dust like some sort of trophy. Not a trophy.
It was
It even has
crafted.
personality of its own.
It was crafted to kill Strahd.
Well,
He
then it's-
failed.
But Vladimir doesn't want to kill Strahd.
I know.
I
And
do.
it pains me. You may be a more suitable wielder. But who are you?
Yeah, sorry about the invisibility. I'm Illyria. Is that what you mean?
I've seen you once. I am unsure where or when. But I remember you. I do not know whether I may trust you for this. But for the moment, let us focus on these hags. And do not touch that crystal again. No more harm to the child.
Alright, I'm fine with that. Illyria gives another like long, knowing look towards Nyx. A little bit like, oh.
What's
Then-
next then?
Pick up the rock, maybe see if you can do anything with that you've got. I mean, what harm could it do? You stop when she screams.
I shall stop when I see any affliction. But please, let me try and pick it up then. And he'll just move towards it.
Okay.
He'll wait for Illyria to move out of the way, of course.
She threw it on the ground before her, so it's like on the brown square there.
Ah, he was going to try the big rock, but I'll forget about that. He'll first of all just pick that up and just look it over, see if it's still pulsing or any sorts.
Yeah, there's like a soft glow from within.
Is my
Munch.
detect magic still up?
Yeah, it is.
Is there an aberration, abjuration aura on this shard?
Yes, very faint, but there is. Also, make me a perception intelligence with your aura still being up.
Perception, intelligence. You got it. 22.
Holy macaroni!
Oh, bam!
Oh, bam, third eye, yo.
Nice.
Yeah.
Also, there you go.
Oh shit. As Jivkos is doing something, I'm gonna like look at it intently and open my book, cross-check it, and see if I can identify whatever this mysterious shard is. If it looks like there's something in it, if it's possible to identify at all.
Well, you will have to cast like the identify spell to like know exactly what it does, but with detect magic.
No, I will cast detect magic too.
Identify. Too.
Sorry, I identify as well. Yes.
Ah, okay. Well, before you do, yes, for sure, it's the same aberration aura. Again, lesser with the shard in comparison to the big structure. There is also a faint pink enchantment aura coming from the pink plant.
Shocker.
Yeah, there is evocation coming from like the yellow brain coral. There is illusion coming from the rainbowy mushroom trumpet. There's also evocation coming from the green cactus. What is it? 6 meters or is it 12 meters? The range.
For detect magic?
Yeah.
I will look it up on a resource that is known to Frostmark.
What?
12 meters.
Pray tell, whatever could that be?
Yeah.
Where
If
can I
you're
find
willing
Thanks for that
to...
amazing resource.
Where can I
There is a
find all my
dedicated wiki for the entire system of Frostmark that you too can read through and play your own game.
12 meters. Amazing.
I see pretty much
20
the entire
centimeters
thing.
of stone. Yeah, okay. Yeah. There is fader still. Illusion, evocation, and enchantment. 2 illusion, 1 evocation, 1 enchantment coming from the workbench in different compartments.
I'm sure everyone's aware by now, but all these plants around here have some sort of enchantment on them. Just FYI, whilst I check through this magical shot.
So, shall I try and move the main one, or what?
You do you. I'm just going to check this through.
All right. Illyria moves again. You bow down, pick it up. It's pretty tall. Like, it's not the widest, but it's very edgy and tall. And sitting a bit of like on a pedestal almost. This container where it's like sitting in and like being held with like string down there to keep it standing upright. It's heavy, surprisingly heavy, but not too heavy for you.
Mm-hmm. Shall I try and take it beyond the threshold? I'll take your resounding silence as a yes. And he will then begin trying to walk. Well, he'll come over to here, and then he'll try and like poke it against sort of the area which he thinks is the enchanted part to see if it just feels like it hits a brick wall.
Yeah, it's almost like it slows down first, almost like it's going through some kind of thick liquid, and then shimmering with a pastel green hue, another magical barrier goes across the threshold, kind of intersecting Nyx with no problem.
Well, it seems it has the same enchantment as these children, which is a problem.
Alright, so we're back to square zero then.
Yes, he'll go and attempt to place it back down.
Thank you, Chief Cause.
So it's a bit wobbly, but you do so like carefully so it doesn't fall over.
Make sure it doesn't fall over, because
Yeah.
that'll fucking hurt.
Yeah. And you wait until Nyx has finished his secondary ritual. By this time, the termites will expire.
Bye.
No.
No!
No.
And Nyx, if you head into your inventory, I'm gonna move it into your inventory.
Yep.
I'm going to reveal the text for it. There we go.
Right. Interesting. Out of game, Bexxy.
Mhm.
This has no attunement.
No.
Oh.
Oh shit. So Nyx automatically will gain these.
Yeah. Right now, you basically, once you have it on your person, you have a 10 temporary HP shield on you.
Does it look like something, or does it just feel like it's pulsing in my hand, and then you can see like
Yeah, like when
Like-
you put your ear to it, there's this very, very soft heartbeat. And indeed, it like feels a little bit warm, and it's almost like it's morphing its shape a little bit in your hand. Like it doesn't like remain in one crystalline form. It kind of like changes its in fractions and yeah, like this. It's almost like a skin that is moving across it, but it feels like crystal to the touch.
Yes.
And indeed, like it pulses slightly to those heartbeats.
I mean, I've never seen something like this before, but apparently it's bolstering my vitality just by being on my person. It's a crystal that will give you a little bit of a shield, but one time use only.
Well, that's good.
Still, this begs to the question about that whole thing is shards, or it is sustaining something. Obviously, sustaining the connection between the child and itself. Clearly, if we end that shard, it's likely to end the child, but at the same time, it is also the source of abjuration for this room. And unless we have some way of breaking that link without destroying it, the child will probably die too.
So perhaps we need to find a way to dispel the link between them.
I wish I knew that spell.
We must also be wary that it does not harm the other children as well. We are unsure whether just harming this room harms just the child inside, or all of them.
This is fascinating, especially if you found a bigger structure inside of Castle Raymoloft itself. And why did one magical item not even scratch it, whilst another, this one in particular, the sword, do? What does it mean?
Maybe they're made of opposing substances, a sort of light versus a force of pure evil.
I think I haven't inquired about the nature of this sword. What is it exactly?
The sword?
Yes. What is this? Do we know anything about this history?
I know it was crafted by Sergei, the twin brother of Strahd.
What?
Or rather, designed. He delivered the plans to us secretly, and we crafted it.
Wait, you know about Sergei?
Yes.
Right,
I've
you're
been around for over 500 years. Was here when Empress Shay was here before her defeat by Strahd. And then our defeat by Strahd. The death of St. Markovia. Many events.
Sergei von Zarovich designed the sword.
I am unsure whether he had designed, but he had the plans to create it. So either produced it himself, or tasked somebody else to. And he secretly delivered it to us, in hopes, I'm assuming, to befall his brother. That failed.
Oh. So Sergei trying to help you against Strahd.
That is the only known thing I think he has done, but it is most likely the most significant.
not entirely sure what this means, but... Interesting.
Right, so the plan is to go to the Alchemy rooms and then the living rooms to see if we can find some sort of weak point.
Indeed.
One moment. I'm just gauging something really quickly. Bexxy, I want to look at this gem crystalline structure. Can you please tell me the dimensions of it?
Of the one you have on you, or
No, the bigger one.
the bigger
The
one?
one that's still, active.
At tallest, it's about a meter.
Dang.
And at widest is like 50-60 centimeters, but there's several spires that kind of like grow out of it, right?
Okay. Next,
It
shakes head.
probably weighs around like 20-25 kilos.
Yeah, it's more about. Never mind. It's going to be too big.
Ah, well then. Let
When
us
has
speak.
Nyx ever said that?
Fuck's sake.
It just won't fit into this tight hole. As he produces the mini bag of holding.
Frost is just gonna look at the bag, look at the bag and look at him.
It's too much of a tight squeeze.
There are much more serious things at hand.
It might tear something.
Oh my fucking god.
I
to
mean,
the
it's a
Alchemy.
genuine concern. It might tear the bag of holding. I understand why you're saying this.
I was just curious, maybe if it could fit into the bag of holding.
Wait, so
could
you're not
be a
concerned
whole-
about it?
No, I know it won't fit, but
I don't
was
know.
just
You were
thinking-
really articulate about how big it is. I thought you had the purpose of
Marcia,
saying it.
let's focus. Let's focus,
Continue.
please.
Look. It was a legitimate reason to try and stuff something so girthy into this
Oh my
tight bag.
god.
But I was under the thought
Nyx,
that if
please.
listen, this is like a legitimate idea. I don't know where your filthy minds are going, but
This is
I
not
was-
the time to be using sarcasm.
there's no sarcasm here, Jeffcos. This is a legitimate thought to maybe, if this crystalline structure cannot leave the room through the door, I was just thinking maybe it could leave the room through, an extra dimensional space.
And how do we not know that making this gem disappear would not sever the connection with the child and cause them to die?
Well, we're not destroying it, we're just taking it out of range, so...
Still make it appear that it is no longer existent, in which I think these two are dependent upon each other.
That's
True, perhaps.
actually genius, Nyx.
I know. Nyx, straightens his collar.
Perhaps it's like a sort of familiar binding magic that you were bound with, Jimcast.
The gem that I have in my hand, the shard, is a protective aura. Provided that it is maintained and kept, it gives me this extra shield. I'm not suggesting we destroy it, just move it out of this reality. We're not destroying it, therefore not destroying the link between it and the child, just the distance, which could sever safely.
It's a shame. It's too large. Otherwise, it. Oh, yes, genius. Indeed, genius. I would have loved to have tried.
Wait, but it's not possible because it's too big, isn't it? So why are we discussing this?
Well, I'm just saying, maybe if we find another bag of holding in this crazy house of yours, maybe the opening won't be so tight.
Right. Sure, I'll keep an eye out for bags of holding for this crazy plan, because right now it's the best plan we have.
I know, I'm just saying, this is a potential idea. Like, if we find one, there is this concept. But I'm just saying, it was a thought that I had. Like, what if we did that? We have the other gem in there. Just saying. Anyway, to the alchemy room, apparently.
Yes, let's go to the alchemy room. I'll probably try waiting there. I check this door, so it shouldn't be trapped, and I open it.
You
I hug the wall.
You hug the wall, and Arius
And
is gonna make a dex save as he tries to extradite himself. I think he is the only one who needs to, since he's in it.
Fuck's sake.
Ah!
Here we go again.
It was a TV of 8. He's fine.
Okay, good.
Thankfully, by 1. Okay. You step back into that hallway with the makeshift beds on the side, the paneled walls, and the faded light green wallpaper with like dark vines in like a repeating symmetrical pattern.
Must we attempt to get over the pit again?
Oh,
Yeah.
actually, when you step into the room, the floor is back.
Right, let us not trip over wires again. Is the tripwire back, or?
Make me perception intelligence with advantage.
Not investigation.
Since you can't interact with it and touch it, since you need to look from afar, this will have to be
Wait,
a
so
look-see-loo
it's, with
rather than
advantage?
a rummage.
Yeah, you know what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Okay, right. How do I do it? Do it with 2d20 and then THR?
KH1.
KH1. Right.
P
Okay.
minus 1.
So it's a 1d
Plus whatever.
plus my perception intelligence is this. KH1.
No.
What's it, 12?
No, you rolled it incorrectly.
Why?
You add it before the plus.
It's 2d20 plus KH1, so keep the highest of the d20s, and then you add your modifier on top of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a 13.
13. No, you can't see anything.
Fuck's sake.
Hamatia is suspicious, who shall take a step back. She'll take her... her trusty... what was it? A trusty soap, and she'll slide it across the floor.
What is the dimensions of the soap?
She'll take her
Shit! How big is your soap?
It's pretty small.
Is it girthy?
Okay, it slides across the floor, no problem.
She thinks for a second. She'll take her bedroll, which is bigger, and slide it across the floor.
The bedroll comes to a stop in the where the tripwire used to be, and in that moment, the light flickers in such a way that you see the gleam of a very, very thin wire. The bedroll wasn't like hard enough to make it trip, but it stopped it in its path.
Aha! I see you,
Good job.
tripwire.
Good job.
You will not, I will not be fooled by you again. Where is the tripwire exactly?
Let me paint it out now, since you know it's come back. I think that's fair. There you go.
Okay, Hamatia will cast minor illusion and make like a big red arrow.
A big red line on the ground.
Big red line.
You need to draw the arrow, draw the arrow.
Okay,
Big,
fine.
it's like a big, like almost like a star, almost like a constellation, but becomes an arrow.
Oh my god.
It's like, take fire, over there!
Neon, is it flashing?
It's flashing red, yeah.
Can we please just cross?
Right, so this is the door for... she'll pick up her stuff, obviously, and she says, this is the door for the alchemy room. We can try it the smart way, or we can try the hard way, or we can try the hard way.
Right, I got it. And the next takes out his well-used lockpick tool. And he does the thing.
It is indeed locked. So let's make a dexterity subterfuge.
Yes.
Dexterity
For a child to come and
subterfuge.
trigger it.
Plus, I will give myself guidance because we know that Nix has got this. You got this.
You
got
got
this.
this.
Come
Got
on,
this. Click,
come on.
Click, click.
Let's do one lockout. Yes!
19.
19. It does take a while, and you kind of like there's like a sweat down your brow. You're kind of like fighting the magic here, and like sometimes you feel like you get it, and then like the magic comes back and fights you.
Come on, you bitch!
Are you trash talking a lock?
You concentrate, Jeff Cos.
But with like a genius flip of your wrist, the pastel green magic faints with a little poof, and the door becomes unlocked.
Oh, there. I swear I was good at this at some point in my life. Just a little rusty, it's been a while. And he gestures to the door with like, you're welcome. It is unlocked. And then steps backward.
Alright, who will open the door?
I shall check the door for traps.
Are you still Bella?
No, I'm Hamatia.
Okay.
When she tripped the first wire, she changed.
Yeah.
Got it.
Checking for traps, that's a 7. I open the door.
It's fine. This is the most obvious trap ever. You're not gonna see it.
Yeah.
No, yeah, like you don't see anything. So you just open the door. It's just click on it and open, but I did it for you.
Okay, Hamatia will then take the corner here, and almost like a SWAT team, like throwing a grenade before. He's going to slide the bedroll again.
Sure. It rolls across the floor and like harmlessly bumps against like the table leg down there.
Slumber party in the hole.
As soon as this door opens, there's a gush of air that assaults your senses, which smells acrid.
Alright, welcome to the alchemy room. And every step Hamatia will take now is like Pink Panther sneaking. Like the like almost like a burglar.
Alright. As you walk down the narrow corridor to glance around the corner, you see a long, thin room clearly meant for alchemy. The two walls are lined with tables and shelves laden with vials, jars, boxes, an array of varying and strange ingredient containers, and chemical instruments to both harvest, process, and brew potions. In fact, on one of the tables, a tray sits with 10 ready-made potions in different shaped and colored vials with neat stamps on them. Underneath a massive shelf along the southern wall is an iron cauldron that bubbles, emitting a sickly green glow. In the southwestern corner, a hefty circular slab of stone sits upon a table, which is engraved with circular pits, Coptic runes, and arcane patterns. And you swear, as you wander close to it, you can almost hear this very faint whispers. Within a pink curtain in the southeastern corner, there's a blonde girl with an open, hefty tome propped up by her legs. She stares at you with a sharp gaze that is unusual for someone so young.
Another child. forced to do the bidding of your sister, Samatia. Clearly she is in need of comforting, and I am not going to give that to her. So either you speak to her, or risk the sound of wailing once more.
Right. Amatia will step, and then she'll slide the metal across the floor again.
Fuck's sake.
Okay.
Hello! And she is going to carefully approach the door.
Yeah. She waves a little bit and like peeking out behind the curtains, and she says, "Hi."
Hey, what are you reading there?
The Squall's Alchemy book.
I've hired this book any time. Do I recognize the book?
Make me an intelligence check with advantage.
Yay, advantage. So it's 2d20, take highest one. Right, TK1.
Yes,
no,
yes.
K.
Yeah, so
Take
you
highest
roll
one.
2d20 and you
12. So because it's a +4 instead of $1.
a
I'm
12.
rolling extra. Yeah, 12.
Yeah. You have seen Bella rummage through this book often, but whenever you came close, it was basically taken away from you.
Ooh. Yeah, it's very interesting read, you know? Many wonderful recipes here. Have you an interest in alchemy?
Maybe
Maybe, well.
Bella said I was sharp, and so I should try. And so I am. But, you know, I'm just little me and you are you. So I don't know if you're going to listen to me in any way, but you have been incredibly rude.
Mm-hmm. What did I do to infringe upon you?
We just lost the orphanage, and somehow these people were kind enough to take us in, and just as we're been starting to settle here, you come around. Like, things have been traumatic enough. Why do you wish this harm on the Squalls when they're gonna take care of us in a way that Rectress Belasco never did?
I can give you an answer, but I'm not sure you'll believe it, so I don't really see the point. I mean, it seems like your mind is very set. But I think you are, you have a right for an answer, even if you won't believe me. It's fine. You see, I don't know how Bella or Thalia have represented themselves to you, but they are not who you think they are. They are very much like myself. And she points to the horn and the scars and the teeth and the eyes. We are very much not regular folk. We are here because we do not believe they have your best interests at heart. We believe they are using you, and we believe they will dispose of you violently once they're done. And we better spare you that fate and let you live a good, if rough life, rather than to die here and be forgotten.
Nix, you still have up. You're still concentrating on detect magic?
Yeah, I have no reason to not have dropped it.
Yeah. The stone slab on top of the table has
Yep.
a strong transmutation aura. The book that the girl is reading has an aura of divination. And the girl itself has a cloud of pink around her head.
Charm, right? Enchantment is pink, right?
Yes.
Is that, by the way, just FYI, is there an actual location on the wiki that
On the
states
Frostmark wiki.
on the Frostmark wiki, frostmark-rpg.random.com?
You should,
Yeah,
I should
'cause
add that. That's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You should
'cause
probably put it in
I
the
constantly
scholar
have to
section.
keep on remembering like which
Sorry.
color equals which one. So
Okay.
Well,
you can
it's
put
a-
it into the detect magic spell or something like that.
Oh, that's true. I will.
Anyway, right, okay. Yeah, enchantment is pink.
Yes, enchantment is pink. And the little girl says, I don't believe so.
I know.
Amatia, she is charmed just like everyone else, it seems.
I know.
It's not who she is. She doesn't truly want to be here.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Of course you
Of
do.
course, you're a child. Why would you?
That's rude.
Yes, it is. Want to cry?
Nix.
In comparison to you, the squalls have been very accommodating to the point that they have prepared these potions for you. And she points towards the tray with the potions.
Did you make these potions?
She shakes her head and says, no. They were supposed to be like a welcome gift for you guys. Like, that's how kind they are.
I will empathy composure that one.
Sure.
Hamada just doesn't buy it.
Queenie.
Fucking hell.
Man, you're rolling like a...
You're rolling
Like,
insane, yeah.
I'm rolling like not a Clive.
There,
okay.
wow.
Not a drive is an apt description.
Well, I think it's not as Pepper because Emmerich also has some issues.
Oh my
Just
God.
saying. She 100% is convinced in what she's saying.
No, I asked like if she was involved in making it, and she said no. It was her. Like she's
Oh.
convicted in that. She actually like she doesn't like sound like like she had some involvement. I know it's not a lie detector, but it's more like I'm querying whether or not. Well, I'm trying to guess
You
or
do not
judge.
see any hint of deceptions.
Well, these are all poison, probably.
Well, we can probably identify them if we try.
There are 10 of them. That's over an hour and a half of identifying.
Can't you like identify potion by taking a
So
sip?
you identify potions by taking a sip.
Oh, right.
You are always the one who like
Oh, right.
markets
Yes.
the
Yeah.
girl.
You're the one
Oh,
who
yeah,
always
yeah.
says this. And,
Yeah. Oh, right. Of course, you could just taste them.
Well, I know that my nature as what I am currently allows me to digest such harmful things in a better way.
And
So-
right there, Jivkos, I see your worth. Enjoy.
I
Do
do
we
hope
not
it's not
sign-
poison.
Do you really trust the potions of a hag?
I trust them to be poisonous, to be fair.
And, you're undead, right? It's not like they can kill you again.
He does like a slight twitch when you call him undead, but he nods. Undead may still die a second death, but if we really do wish to figure out if these are of any use, I may try them.
Right. You try them. I'm going to figure out what the heck this stone symbol is right
I'm
near me.
assuming they
This.
have the labels on them.
Hmm?
Do they have the labels on them?
Yeah.
The thingy, the stone thing by Nyx. How many
Yeah.
holes is in it?
How many holes?
Well, yeah. Didn't you say that there was like
Yeah.
there's not 10 of them, so. Well, there is no 10 of them.
I don't know actually, but we can look at the picture.
Oh. No, there's
Mixture.
7. There's 7 of them. Okay.
Indeed.
I will try and figure out what the freaking frick is this stone slab.
As you get close and you start like humming to yourself, Irina, sorry, girl, unknown girl.
I will call Arius over to look with me,
Oh yeah.
and Illyria can come in too. Sure.
Yeah, oh yeah, of course. Arius leans over and says, I've seen some of these symbols in Joseph's work, and this is clearly arcane in nature. I mean, look at these patterns and these runes. Yes, very
Nick's,
certain transportation.
Nyx like tries to like mimic Arius, almost like in a semi-mocking tone, like yeah. Stroking a beard that doesn't exist.
They are also so kind, you know, that they said that you were free to use these facilities as much as you wanted. And towards that end, they explained a little bit about that thing. Apparently, it's an alchemy artifact that helps and speeds up the creation of potions. And this right here, and she holds up like the book and like waves it around in the air a bit, has several helpful features. It can identify essences,
Oh man.
and it has a couple of recipes, I think is the words they used. So as long as you don't destroy anything in here, because that would be very bad for me, okay?
We know, no harm shall come to you or this facility. Rest
Good.
assured.
And you remain polite. I don't want to hear any mean things again from that thing over there.
Well, that's not polite yourself. It's not a thing.
Tit for tat.
Yes.
And she holds up the book. You may use
about
the
my
same.
tit?
Well, you got that done, Nick. So I hope you're all happy.
What? I'm as Nyx is distracted.
You gonna take the book?
Who? Hamachi?
Martia, yeah. 'Cause
Yes.
she's the next to him.
What?
Okay.
Look,
What?
they're offering the book to you.
Ah, right. Thank you. I'll take the book.
And the girl goes back into hiding into the pink curtains there.
Well, these... maybe check with the book if we can identify any of these potions, Martia.
Yes, I'll start scanning through the book to check on every potion to see if there's any mention of it.
As you have this intent in your mind, the pages move on their own accord, and they open up this page here.
Oh. Circle.
Yeah, recircle.
Okay. Martin will place one of the potions on the circle.
Ooh.
Just the first one, or someone in particular?
No, just the first one.
All right, you take ethereal sigh and you place it on the circle and kind of slowly fading into view. On the other page, in various different colors of ink, is one second.
Take your time.
Here we go. Are these symbols here?
Huh.
Oh shit.
It's real.
Yeah, the thing is that Adrian knows what these are. Would Nix know what the? Oh, Nix is not there. Oh, never mind.
Does Amortia think to herself, what the fuck?
Amatia thinks, a riddle. I like riddles.
The pages flutter again and they open on another page.
Oh, sick.
Okay, so we have a thing here. So apparently this potion rules over the element of air, causes force and thunder damage. It embodies the voice and hearing. It's related to light, breathing, freedom, intelligence. Rules. Oh, it's essences. I don't know what the fuck that means. Oh,
Yeah.
apparently. Okay, I think I understand. So it shows us what the
Combinations of essences that would
Yes.
make the potion.
yes, it is.
I should have listened when Joseph explained this stuff, but what I do know is that potion crafting boils down to these things indeed called essences. Then each potion have their variation of a combination of these things together, and then various processes when you bring these essences together. And that's the recipe.
So if we manage to reverse engineer the essences, we may be able to understand what the potion is.
No. Genius.
Would it possibly have been the case that Nyx was around Madame Eva? Presumably she created potions.
I mean, if anybody among the Vistani would think about this a little bit, it might have been Madame Eva.
From a perspective of like, would he wouldn't have been involved. He would have thought it was boring or just like hokum. But he would have like maybe seen like something of like how she might have like combined them. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I think that Madame Eva would have dabbled into alchemy, but she probably only would like have rank 1 or 2. Sure. I will allow you to make difficult intelligence checks to perhaps remember some stuff.
it's just kind of thinking generally at this point. But sure, I'll roll one very hard intelligence check for a perfectly average 10.
Just like generally, what question
You-
are you asking me here?
I'm asking, like, would Nyx have seen or witnessed Madame Eva, like, going through the motions of creating potions? And if so, was there like a technique to it? Because like heat must be needed, or like he would have apparatus. Like he wouldn't want to be involved in how potions are created, but morely, has he witnessed someone create a potion before?
I do believe that from time to time, Nyx have been present whilst Madame Eva have been creating one or part of it, but considering it's a 10, it didn't pay that much attention.
No, for sure. But he would have been aware of the apparatus. Like maybe there was fire at one point, or cold, or something.
Sure.
Is there? He's only looking at it from the perspective of, is there a memory that triggers in saying like it's not just as simple as take this essence, and like shake it around like a martini, or is it like,
Yes, indeed. Sometimes it has heat. Sometimes it was distillation. Other times it was like indeed just a martini. It depends upon the recipe.
Okay, so as like Hamachi is looking over this, from what I remember, it's not as simple as just combining and throwing things into a pot. Some things need to be encouraged in certain ways. So I personally don't remember, was not at all interested in how it happened, but just saying. If you wish to reverse engineer things, it's not as simple as this one, that one, and that one, and therefore you have a potion.
He's right. It's just a simplification. Indeed, there's temperature thresholds and concentration and distillation and purity. There's more attached to this to get the essences to specific heightened states of being and make them collide and connect and combine in such a way it creates.
Okay, I get it. I can't reverse engineer based on these weird symbols. I understand. I'm not dumb. I'm not.
Well, you are all kind of dumb, says the girl in the corner.
Young lady, I have been nothing but kind to you.
You didn't listen to what I was saying. The alchemy slab takes care of the brewing. What? In what way? I'm not certain, but like you place the ingredients there, I've seen them do it, and the thing takes care of it. Huh?
So you put a bunch of stuff on that pedestal, and apparently a potion is made magically. That's what you're saying.
But yeah. Yes, well, they did some stuff, and there were some specific placements, but seemed like it, yes?
Right, so nice machine. Would be a shame to burn it down, to be honest.
Yeah, so see, like, they have these amazing things in their home. They're teaching me, and they're letting you use this equipment. Like, why are you trying to hurt them? We have a home. Please leave.
Why don't you go back to being scared?
Are you gonna give me a reason to be scared?
I don't want to. But I can. But I really don't want to.
Next is gonna talk to Illyria just for a hot second. Says,
Oh.
look, Illyria,
Yeah.
I know I'm not quite in that frame of mind, but these children, as far as my ability to see auras right now, state that she is charmed by a spell, and I have the ability to remove 2 charms.
Oh. Right.
Now, this is very subjective and who to pick, and I'm not in the right frame of mind to pick a child at this point in time, so I'm going to give this responsibility to you. If you feel someone needs to be uncharmed, and he reaches into the grab bag, mini, and pulls out the last vial of Cresc water. and puts it into her hand and say, "That's on you. You choose."
Her eyes widen a little bit. And she looks scared for a moment, but then she, like, steals her yaw. Okay. Alright. I will.
Okay. Nyx then goes over to Hamatia and, like, looks over her shoulder.
And as we consider perhaps doing some alchemy before perhaps diving into this basically puzzle we might embark upon, let's go for a short break.
Right.
Yay, mini games!
Yay!
Have you tried this?
Games.
Hey, I know we're about in the middle of hot event, but have you tried this cooking minigame?
Yes, indeed! Indeed! You read my mind. Alright, let's refill our glasses, pet our pets, perhaps get a snack, powder our noses, and get back and ready for about an hour more of roleplay.
Hell yeah.
Be right back.
If you're still here in the chat, Squirties, welcome! How you doing? I'm sorry I can't talk more, because I'm very focused on being GMing. But we both have Hemosite and all the players in the chat, so if you have questions or comments, or just want to talk about your day, one of us at least will be in the chat to talk with you. Welcome! Hope you're doing good. How's your Monday? And I see Hemosite is back. How was the session? May 2021? Jesus Christ, 3 years ago? Yeah, it's probably 3 years, because COFT is more like 2+, so I think COM has reached the 2 years mark. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, and we basically have another year at least of roleplay. Yeah, because we're about, I would say, 60-70% into the campaign right now in Charismatic Misery. Probably more like 70%, which is crazy to think about. Yeah, we definitely gone past 60 into the 70. Good news is nobody got Ed. Bad news is I didn't get to bust out my backup character. Dead. Nobody got dead.
Death is fun though. Ask Jivkos.
Eaten. Nobody got eaten. By what? I'll be right back. I'm just gonna refill my glass.